Hey everybody, I'm Pro Engineering here, and today I'm going to do a review on something that is very, very near and dear to my heart. It's my first RC car, and I know what you're all thinking. It's the Hornet, and it's not far off, but it's not the Hornet. It is actually a Nikko. So this thing here I've had since it was brand new. I know it looks great. It's we can thank eBay for some replacement parts on this car, but overall it is in pretty much original condition. I always took really good care of my stuff, but the fact of the matter is these old Nikkos and even the old Taikos of the day were just indestructible. They were fast, and if anybody has actually owned one of these cars here, if you put this in high gear, it does actually have a 2-speed transmission. It even has a diff. Well, you can see that it does have a differential. If you put this in high gear with alkalines, it'll blow the doors off of a grasshopper. Just completely annihilate the grasshopper. This is a quick car. I know there's always been a kind of a stigma about toy versus hobby grade, and for me, they're all toys. I don't care how many millions of dollars you spend in your 100-mile-per-hour whatever RC car. It's a toy. I hate to break it to you, but that's a argument for another for another time. Right now, I want to focus on something hideous, and that's this. And I'm going to turn this car around, and just to get an idea of how big this bumper is. Here's the Hornet. I'm going to set the Hornet just about on top of it. Notice that the wheel track of the Hornet is nearly the width of the front bumper. Okay, that's how big this bumper is. We are talking about a toy-grade RC car, and these things have to withstand thousands of crashes into furniture, walls, curbs, you name it. So there's no surprise here that it's doing a remarkable job of blocking the front tires. This is one of the versions of the car. Another version had a much smaller front bumper. I don't know which came which, but I mean, you look at this. I mean, look at this. This is insane. Okay, this is how this car came. I had it on my shelf one day because I actually do drive this thing around because I still love this car. I remember looking at it on the shelf and going, you know, that thing is a really good looking buggy, but then there's this thing attached to it. Let's get rid of that. So what I did is made this here. So this is a direct replacement to this catastrophe, and I took the Tamiya Grasshopper Hornet front bumper, and I kind of did an homage to it. So this is basically how the Tamiya Hornet bumper would look, and I kind of figured, well, it's got similar Nerf bars. Let's make something that flows with the car. These fog lights here, the auxiliary lights, are always lost. These are again from eBay, and they cost me way too much. And I always loved, I'm gonna go ahead and put this in here real quick. I always loved how well the decals were installed. Let me check this out. Look how great they are. Look at that. I mean, it's like the car's driving at this angle here. So I went ahead and made my own. These are 3D printed, and I made them in 2 pieces because the back is nylon, and the front piece is, I think this early version is acrylic. Now it is detail plastic. And the beauty part of that is you paint this thing black, you paint the front part white, you then come in here with your brush, and there's a little, there you go, there's a little rib around the perimeter here, so it's very easy to paint this yellow and not get it on the white, and then the KC daylighter is all embossed. And again, this is a little rough because this is an early prototype. That's all I have on my stuff is early prototypes. I'm sure you've realized that by now. Everybody else has nicer stuff than my cars. But this is cool because it's 2 pieces, and even if you're a terrible painter, you can't mess this up. So I go ahead and put them in here. I think they look very, very nice. There we go. This bumper happens to have these little bosses. I have another version that does not. I don't think I've ever sold one of these. All the ones I sell don't have this, and it just looks a little simpler. I'm going to go ahead and install this for you just to show you how quickly it can be done. I'm going to flip the car over. Pull the antenna out so the car is upside down. I went ahead and pulled one screw out already. We're going to pull this one out. Okay. Bumper comes off and goes... I don't even know where to store this thing. Where do you where do you put this? I'll put it with the Hornet stuff here, I guess. There we go. Alrighty. So let's go ahead and, okay. All right. The bumper does a little more than just protect the car from bumps. It actually holds the front suspension in. So don't worry, you're not going to mess this up by taking it out. Just go ahead and stuff it right back in here. If you pull it too far, let me do this real quick here. If you pull it too far, you can pop out the shock. So just shove it back in there. Okay, hold that in place. We'll take this guy. It has these little braces here that slot over the stainless steel bar. There is a peg right here that aligns it all, so just kind of push it in place nicely. And this really should go in with very, very little force. If you're forcing stuff, stop. You're not doing it right. I haven't had any issues, and I've got a couple of these. So there's one. And, you know, the plastic on these cars is kind of hard and old, so make sure that you back thread, let the thread drop, and then screw it back in. And when the screw stops, that's it. Don't stress. Don't overstress these guys, because they're not getting any younger. All right, and there it is. And again, I put these little guys on mine because I think it's cool, and I love extra auxiliary lights. So now what you've got is a car that has a more cosmetic bumper. This is still a functional bumper. I mean, you know, you can. There you go. I would hit it harder, but no, it's okay. There you go. I made it sad. Anyway, you can smash yours up. I'm not going to smash mine up. Uh-oh, I put that in wrong. You're going to pop in place. Poop. Nope. Okay, I'm going to fix this, and I'll be right back. All right, I went ahead and fixed what I told you not to break. So that's all put together. I did want to show you the other version. This one here does not have those little bosses for the lights, so these typically are more common. This is how it is going to come if you purchase it directly from Shapeways. This is they're black. It is not polished, and completely out. I just took it out of the package for this video. What you see here is no finish work whatsoever. I just shot this with a couple of coats of automotive low gloss black paint. This is, I think, Duplicolor. I've got it somewhere in here. Anyway, I think it looks fine. For me, again, I'm not too crazy about spending hours and hours sanding. I just don't want to waste my time doing that. If you do want to get it to look like this, you can sand these down a little bit, maybe using 220 grit sandpaper. That'll kind of take the roughness away. Give it a couple of coats of filler primer, sand it down again, a couple of coats of whatever paint you want to use, and it'll look really, really nice. I doubt you're going to get this kind of gloss. That's just a result of the 3D printing of the nylon. This is, I think I have this available in acrylic too, but it's super expensive. You know, with respect to how much this one costs, this is pretty cheap. Again, you know, you're welcome to do whatever you want to do. I just felt that this little upgrade for the Nikko Turbo Panther just made all the difference in the world. I think it looks so slick. And again, for me, this is really a childhood flashback. I love driving it. I love the sound it makes. I love how miserable the steering is. You know, it's one of those cars where you have to be going forward in order for the steering to work. And so that's a little weird. There's no coasting and turning in this car. Anyway, I hope you guys really enjoyed this this video. This was a little bit different because I think this is the first time I've done a non-Tamiya, is it? I think it is. So don't worry, I have more Tamiyas to be coming up. I've got a couple of associated upgrades too, as well as big car stuff. I don't just mess around with tiny things or extra tiny things. I also work with big stuff as well. You can also follow me on Facebook as well as Instagram. I'm Ampro Engineering on both. Links are at the end of this video, as well as a link to my Shapeways page where you can locate this little guy, as well as lots of other parts. In fact, these guys are all there. They're all under a Nikko Turbo Panther folder, so you can find all those goodies there. If you like the music in this video, please check out Blue Pinto. They are the ones that provided all the audio for my videos. And again, there is a link to their Facebook page at the end of this video. Thank you so much. I've got so much awesome stuff to do coming up here, so I'm really excited. I will see you guys next time.